Hey everyone. For today's topic, I want to discuss how being the person that a lot of people rely on can be rather difficult. It's something that can drain us over time. Like if you've been there in your own life, if you have friends and family members who rely on you and trust in you, so they will reach out to you when they're going through difficult times, it's something that can be rather tough to manage over time because it can be draining. You need to have presence, you need to hold space for other people, you need to be able to empathize with them. And sometimes that means you will, in small ways, almost take on the emotions of others. Even if you're trying to prevent it, it can still happen. I mean, it only takes so many people telling you how they're not doing all that well in life right now, how things are falling apart before it kind of can start to bum you out a bit, right? It's like if you're constantly listening to sad music, even if you're happy, at some point it probably will start to dampen your mood a bit because it's sad music, right? So it's that kind of concept where when people rely on you, it can sort of bring you down over time. So in order to avoid that, you have to make sure you're practicing good self-care, that you're prioritizing yourself and focusing on your health and your mental health and well-being, and just trying as much as possible to do things that bring you joy and fulfillment. So that way you can still show up for others and be your best for them when they rely on you. But I would also say here, if you are this kind of person that other people rely on, make sure you can also rely on them as well, because I mean, it can be nice for other people to need you in that sort of way, but you don't want those one-sided relationships where they're always reaching out to you when they need you, but you can't ever reach out to them when you need them, because that's not cool. That's not a reciprocal relationship. So try to find people in your life that will reciprocate these moments when they inevitably arise for you as well. Because some people, they really like being wanted and needed by others, but that can often be because they don't have high enough self-esteem. You shouldn't be okay with being that person that everyone relies on, even though you can't reciprocate, just because you like feeling wanted and needed by them. But if they're never returning the favor, then they're using you pretty much. So avoid that as much as possible. Work on your self-esteem enough where you can get over that desire to be needed or wanted by others, because you should more so view it as you want to be there for the people you care about, and hopefully they'll be there for you as well. That's the sign of having a great and strong relationship with someone else. It doesn't even need to be like a romantic relationship. That's just the way platonic things work. So you want to develop relationships like that in your life. And it can be a really good thing to be this person that others view as a rock, as someone they can rely on. Like, I've been that way for quite a long time in my life, really. I've always kind of been a mature person, so it's always led to my friends reaching out to me when they needed help or when they wanted to vent, and I would quite often be there for them. And there were times where I would try to reach out when I needed help as well, and I did have some friends who didn't reciprocate when I was growing up, but eventually I cut them out of my life, so that's not really an issue so much anymore. And thankfully now I have built relationships where I can go to my friends when I need them as well, when I need a vent, like how I mentioned in one of my recent videos, how things haven't been so great for me lately. Well, I've thankfully been able to talk to my friends and family about that, and they're there for me. So that's what you want to develop, but as much as possible, just make sure, if you are this kind of person for others, make sure you're taking care of yourself. You really have to put yourself first if you're like this, because if you don't, other people may continue to reach out for you, and they may not be all that concerned about your own well-being. So don't let anyone take advantage of you, and avoid that by having strong boundaries and taking really good care of yourself. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci.